Hello everyone, welcome back. I have a tag video for you today. This is the What If I Could Never Acquire Another Book tag, which was created by Mike from Bibliophile Bookscape, who also tagged me. And I'm just going to go right into this. Question 1. If you could never acquire another book again, how long do you think your current library would last you? I would say if I maintained my current pace, if I stay consistent with reading over that whole period of time, like if nothing were to change where I lost the time to read and that sort of thing, I would say 5 to 7 years, maybe 5 to 8 years, somewhere in there. But really, that's highly dependent on me, whether I read more or less. So it could be more than that, it could be less than that. It all depends really on myself and on external factors. Question number 2. What book do you own that you would first give attention to? Can't read my own writing sometimes. Well, I really don't know the answer to that question because the way that I read, um, there's no set. I don't have a TBR usually. I don't have any reading plans or anything like that, generally speaking. So it would just be whatever interested me next, whatever caught my fancy. That's how I read, just on a whim. I see something. And that's kind of bothersome actually sometimes because I will find that not having that next book lined up to turn to sometimes can be really frustrating because sometimes I will spend quite a lot of time wandering around from shelf to shelf and going, maybe I should read this." And I actually, the way that I choose my next book, oh, kick the tripod there. The way that I'm using this new tripod with this tilt head, and so I'm just trying new tripod angles. Apparently this one is not going to work if I'm going to kick it. Anyway, the way that I actually choose a new book to read a lot of times is that I will get a bunch of books. Everything's backwards. I have to, I get a bunch of books together and I put them in stacks like these, and I will just go through the stacks. And if nothing in that stack interests me enough, uh, either I will maybe like maintain some of them and go, well, maybe those are possibilities, and then I will go around the room and get more books and put them in the stack, and eventually, by reading the first few paragraphs, the first few pages, I will latch on to my next book. That's usually what happens when nothing just calls to me. Question 3. What book would you regret not owning? All of them? That's pretty fast. All of them. Just about all of them. I mean, see, the trouble with a question like this is that the way that I find new books is that I go to stores and I buy them. And I exclusively buy used books and older books mostly. And so I don't always know these books exist until I find them out in the wild, right? And so I think I would always be wondering what I'm missing out on. I don't really have any interest in new books, so, and I never have. So I would always feel like I was missing out. Question 4. Would you miss discovering new books, or would you enjoy rediscovering what you already have? Well, I think I just answered that one in the last prompt, that I would very much miss discovering new books. I would miss that, I guess you could call it the thrill of the hunt. It's like a treasure hunt for me because I never know what I'm going to find when I go out. And that's part of the fun of it. Even though I've really reined myself in, I'm not buying just anything that interests me anymore. I'm buying books that either I've been looking for a long time, or books that I think that I will read soon, or books that I'm really interested in that I feel I may never see again, or that it may be several years before I see them again. But I think that, and this is something I've been trying to do lately, and you may have noticed or not that I returned to my shelf tour in my last video. I am trying to look around at the books that I already have, and I'm trying to reinterest myself in them and to remember why I bought them. I'm also trying to sort through them and maybe get rid of some books that I don't know why I have them. Maybe I just bought them on a whim. I'm really trying to do away with that buying things on a whim. And I have actually found that there are quite a few interesting books on my shelves that I really do want to get to and that I need to get to. It's just that there are so many books here that, and the way that I read, just on a whim, reading books that just interest me in that moment, it may take me quite some time to get to them, even though I have found them again and said, these are really interesting. I want to read these. Question number 5. How would you handle seeing people talk about amazing new books you couldn't get? Well, if I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anybody hold up a new book and felt like I really wanted it. There have been a few occasions, just newly published books. I would feel, but seeing people hold up these older books that I really like, hold up used books that I really like, it would just be a punishment, right? That would just be a punishment. So I don't know if I would even, I don't know. Would I even watch Booktube at that point? Would I even talk books with other people at that point? Would I still have a channel even? This is a deeper question than it may appear at first. I mean, it would be like heartbreaking, right? That's it. It would be heartbreaking. It would be terrible. Because life is something, there's something about life, where to stay sane, you need to always be kind of looking forward and having these hopes about things you're going to do in the future, books you may read, places you may go, people you may meet, things like that. And I think that if you took the ability from me to be able to buy new books, and these questions don't say anything about the library, so could I still go to the library? Let's assume that I couldn't go to the library anymore. But if we look at it like that and we ask ourselves, well, why can't I acquire new books? And we're saying, well, maybe it's a post-apocalyptic situation, right? But then other people wouldn't be talking about the new books that they acquired anyway, right? I don't know. But yeah, I would be heartbroken. Question number 6. Would bookstores still be enjoyable if you couldn't buy anything? Well, if we are in our post-apocalyptic situation, I'm imagining that bookstores probably have all become places you can't go anymore. Maybe it's a Fallout situation and everything is, I don't know, maybe there are mutants in all the bookstores or something. I don't know. But if it's just in everyday life, no, they wouldn't be enjoyable anymore because what would be the point? I mean, that would be like if you don't drink anymore and you're going to the bar or something, or I don't know. I just don't see. No, it wouldn't be any fun because even if you found something interesting, you couldn't get it. So what would be the point? Uh, but I feel like there's a loophole in that because the people at the bookstores and these stores that I go to are very used to seeing me standing there for a long period of time without talking to anybody, without acknowledging anybody. So I feel like I could go to the bookstore and get around this whole thing and just stand there and like find a book that I wanted to read and just read it, move from place to place in the store so it looks like I'm doing something and just read the books that I want to read. And I go very frequently, so I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's a huge loophole. I feel like I could just stand there and read the books. And so I'm assuming here that I'm supposed to tag some people. I may not. I don't always tag people. Um, Especially when I feel myself overwhelmed by tags, I don't tend to tag people. Uh, I want to thank Mike for creating this tag and for tagging me. I had a good time doing this. I hope this turns out pretty well. In the final product, we'll find out. And I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.